Welcome back, everyone, to Total Nonstop Impact. Impact Talk for Impact fans right here on the YouTube and the Twitch and wherever you get your podcast audio worldwide, baby. To your left, my right, or my left, your, never mind. Alicia is here to join us. How you doing?
Howdy, I am well. And yourself?
We're good. We're good. We're just changing colors by the show. The last show we had the green effects on, and now we've got the red effects. So we're just
variety. We're a variety show now.
Right. Yeah, that's right. Well, not exactly, but you know,
in a sense.
Yeah, sure. We try, folks. We try. So, how's everyone doing out there? Thank you for joining us. First and foremost, you folks know what to do. Smash that like button, smash that sub button, and ring that bell for notifications. Mayor, you need to just get that new phone. Just get the new he's still going by Yafidi, which is absolutely hilarious. I keep, and pretty soon I'm just going to start calling him Yafidi, you know, until he switches phones. And, you sir, you can log into your own YouTube channel. You do realize this, don't you? Yeah, we love him. We just love giving him shit. All right. We got Rayline here cheering the bits right off the bat. Thank you so much. We also, at the top here, right before we started, actually, it's more like a half an hour ago, but we still love him. Thank you, Eric, for the $2 super chat. Just popped in to say hello. Hashtag release the Kraken. So he is definitely all about that Kraken. Now, that's a hockey team, if I remember correctly. I'm not a hockey dude. Maybe, possibly.
I couldn't tell you.
No, I thought you were.
I did. Yeah, but that doesn't mean I've ever heard that before. That might be a team I don't fuck with.
Oh, where? Greg here says Seattle hockey. All right.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
There you go. So, are you calling her princess? Oh, is it because of the?
It's Princess Leia. I keep seeing the Princess Leia comments. Wrong buns.
Yeah, very wrong.
Very wrong buns.
Yeah.
Her buns are here like this. Mine are up here like ears.
Yeah.
Bear ears.
Or horns or something. Yeah.
Yeah, that's you. I'm the Lady Satan of TNI, all right?
Yes, that's it. Lady Satan. Don't forget it, folks. Don't forget it. All right. Hope everyone is doing well. It's been a while since I've been live, not including the live reaction I just did. And that's just energy. I got no energy to be live anymore. But I do my best to bring it here every week. So
we're old and it's late. Cut us some slack.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I just turned 49 for crying out loud. I'm probably grandpa age compared to majority of the people on YouTube right now. This is my 10th year doing this. It doesn't get any easier, let me tell you. YouTube live forever, yes. And so Greg, aka Slowpoke, was talking about because they call Jordynne Grace the Juggernaut, and he said something about saying I'm Juggernaut, bitch, and apparently that's a quote from the Marvel cartoon back in the 90s. Are you familiar with the Marvel cartoon back in the 90s?
For what?
The cartoon, the Marvel cartoons?
Like the X-Men and all that?
Yes.
Yeah, all right, yeah.
Yeah, did you watch those?
Just X-Men.
Just X-Men? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, that was, and apparently Marvel is, or Disney's doing more episodes of those, which is exciting. And I never watched them, but I'm all about checking out new stuff. So, hey, bring it. I love the X-Men. I love Marvel stuff. So, hey, why not?
Like cartoon-wise, or is it like live action?
No, it's cartoon stuff.
Oh.
It's just funny that they're continuing cartoon episodes from like 30
The
years
90s.
ago.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. Or, give or take or so. So, oh yeah. All right. But hey, we're here for all things Impact Wrestling. Let's dive into a little bit of wrestling news. I love you too, Paul. Thank you. Opening up the new segment tonight, Trinity. Yes, after her huge debut last week, and she's on the show this week. And we'll get into that. But it was announced that for Under Siege, the next show, big show that Impact has lined up, May 26th. That's just a few weeks away. May 26th, Trinity has an open contract for a match. What do you think, Elisa?
Wowzers. That's going to be fun, isn't it?
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see who takes that challenge. But if you saw the episode of Impact today, you might have a clue who's going to do that. In fact, we saw that there was stuff that happened while we were live that I think didn't air on the episode, or maybe it's going to. I won't get into it, but so I think we can kind of guess who's going to show up for that challenge. But no spoilers here. No spoilers here. But nonetheless, excited to see that. And who knows when that first match is going to happen, because I think it's going to happen before Under Siege. Maybe next week. I'm looking forward to it, whenever it is. All right, so next we got some news about Impact going down under, as in the Down Under Tour, Friday and Saturday, June 30th and July 1st, way down yonder in Australia. And
nice.
Yeah, so I'm gonna quick jump in the article here. It is the company's first ever major events and shows in Australia. Well, in their 20-year existence, I'd say Impact Wrestling, it's about damn time. It's about time. Very cool, very big news. So let's see here. It says Conrad Thompson will host a live podcast from Impact Down Under Tour. Major fan engagement activities scheduled with Impact stars, and championship matches have been confirmed. Wow, so we're getting some championship matches. Now, I'm wondering if any of this stuff is going to air on TV, or if it's going to be its own little Down Under special. Maybe they'll air down the road. That'd be really cool.
We'll just have to wait and see, I suppose.
Yeah. It says their last major international tour was in May 2017 in India. They also hit the UK in 2018, but then we know what happened in between there, which just threw everything off kilter. So yeah, it's and they're going to a little town called Wagga Wagga. And no, that's not my Fozzie the Bear imitation, for those of you wondering. It's a little better than that. That's just the name of the town. Daniel Spencer is in the chat. Good day, sir. Good day, sir. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna do a public apology here. I'm gonna do a little public, and this is kind of pulling back the curtain. I'm not going to reveal everything, but I am going to pull back the curtain a little bit. So at the end of the Saturday event in Chicago a bunch of us were all saying our goodbyes to friends, to people around, people cleaning up stuff from Impact Wrestling. And I happened to see a conversation going on. Did not realize what kind of conversation it was. But I just want to apologize to Daniel Spencer because I did not realize the conversation that you were having was a very serious one. From what I heard from John capital E period Bravo, because he pulled me aside and he didn't ream me per se, but he did say, hey, there's something going on over there. They're having a conversation, So I just want to apologize, Daniel Spencer. I did jump in that conversation, not realizing how serious of a conversation it was. So that's just me being thrown out the big A. I apologize. I will try to be more sensitive to situations in the future when I'm leaving events. But nonetheless, it was great to see you again. So now everyone's probably like, what the hell did J-Bone do? Daniel Spencer was just having an important conversation with someone, and I didn't realize it. That's all it was. So I'm just apologizing for jumping in. So Slowpoke's like, never accept. Great to see you, Daniel Spencer. All right. Next piece of news here. Let's see here. But yeah, that Australia thing is a 4-day 2-show Impact Down Under tour. That is pretty damn cool. Pretty cool. You going to that, Alicia?
Probably not.
Probably not. No. Okay. All right. Well, here's something else to talk about. Something that popped up on social media today. Here come Impact Wrestling NFTs launching soon.
Interesting.
Very, very. Now, I'm being the old bone that I am, and even reading the article, I really have no clue what these NFTs are. Hopefully, there'll be some kind of thing that they'll release later to give more details on how to go about this and just what it all is, because I never I've heard of NFTs over the last handful of years or whatever it's been, but I really don't know anything about them. So
yeah.
Thank you, Daniel. Coach Keith says the fuck is NFT? It has to do with a special kind of, maybe you can explain it a little bit, because I'm just
I probably couldn't, because again, all I know, it's just some kind of digital artwork, and I don't know if it's like a one, like it's a I couldn't give you. All I know is that it's kind of dead. It's a little bit late into the game, and there aren't a lot of shining reviews on NFTs from what I've gathered. So again, I can't give you a professional explanation as to what they are, and clearly nobody really knows other than people who are deep in the game, and I have yet to see any of those pop up in any comment section or anything. So cool. Maybe not. I don't know.
Your professional podcasting opinion.
in my professional crypto digital media something or other.
Yeah, there you go. Some people in the chat here's one saying NFTs are dead. I don't think anybody knows. Critical Sting says, I don't think y'all would want them. I am one of the most anti-NFT people around. The young buck that critical sting is. He is anti NFT. All right. Here it says
fungible.
Thank you, because I was really gonna botch that. Fungible transaction. That's what it stands for. Okay, I'll take your word for it.
Tokens just buy and flip for more money. So it's like a weird form of cryptocurrency then.
Yeah, I don't even know like how you do that. I just
I don't know. It's just interesting. We shouldn't linger on it too much because again, we don't know what we're really talking about here,
right.
And I don't, from the looks of it, it's already getting kind of a bad backlash on all the social media. So I'd rather not add to that because again, we don't understand it. So
right, yeah, and I don't want to. Everyone's just gonna have their own opinion on it, whether they like NFTs or not, and that's fine. I just, we're not the people to, we're just throwing it out there. If you want to look into more of it, you can go to the impactwrestling.com news page for more details. But yeah, it does include stuff from, what does it say, Santino Marella, and down the
Mickey
road
James.
there's going to be Mickey James. So I mean, whatever this really is, that certainly is good names to have involved in it. I'm sure the Impact fans will appreciate it for what it's worth. So, but we'll see. We'll
I was hoping they were going to announce the tote bags. A girl can dream.
The tote bags, don't they have those on Shop Impact? Oh, you know what, they think
maybe they do. I haven't been on in a hot minute because I have a large stack of Impact t-shirts and stuff, so trying very limited closet space at this point.
I hear you. Yeah, I got a few t-shirts to get rid of myself. I'm hoping for the action figures. Oh, speaking of action figures, we're gonna talk about this for a minute, and then we'll drive right into the review. So I picked this bad boy up. And some of you are probably like, oh my God, is that an ECW figure? Yes, and if you look closely, you will see it is the, oops, let me turn it the correct way here, Marcus Corvon, formerly known as Monty Brown. Now, I was looking up classic figures like I do once in a while, and I happened to look at, you look at the fronts of them, you look at the backs of them, and I was just happened to glance at the back of one of them and saw a line of classic ECW figures. Now, no matter whether you liked that or not, I'm still a huge fan, as I know many others are, of Monty Brown, and wishes he was still a part of the wrestling industry. But you guys know I collect action figures. I got this one. This one is in like pristine condition for being almost 20 years old. It's ridiculously good looking. So, and I also ordered one out of the package that I'm going to turn into a custom. Now, the trick is finding the leopard skin like trunks to put on them, because I don't think I could paint those on there. That's gonna be a challenge. So
Leopard print is actually really easy to paint.
You think so?
I know so.
I'll have to see what pictures there are of him and see what I could do. I might be able to paint them on, but having like actual like trunks that you could like put on them would be.
You could buy some like Ken trunks or something.
Somewhat.
Some like Ken trunks from Barbie.
Oh,
I mean, they might be too big because that doll is bigger.
Yeah. Well, you'd be surprised to see how many people out there make clothing for action figures.
Yeah, I know.
It's wild.
Pretty big deal.
Yeah, it actually is. It's Crazy. Yeah, Jive Turkey. That's right, Slowpoke. Yes. So, as that project is ongoing, I'll let you guys know when that's done, and I'll show it off in its completion. So, did the cat ever get a fig? What?
What?
Are you talking about one of my cats or one of her cats or?
I think everybody's got cats, but Trent.
Oh, are you Oh, is he talking about Ernest the Cat Miller? Is he talking about that cat?
I don't know. The fig. I don't know.
I don't know. Could he probably Ernest the Cat? You totally botched it. Miller. Miller? Come on, Zach Bonifer. Jeez. We love Ernest the Cat. All right. So yeah, that's about it for Impact Wrestling news. I don't think unless you've got anything that you heard recently, I don't got anything else.
I don't. Unfortunately, I was celebrating my birthday over the week. So
and how did that go? I heard you.
It went wonderful.
You had a little getaway.
Little overnight getaway at a place that was like an adult summer camp. It was so much fun. My room had a pool in it and a heart-shaped jacuzzi. It was cool.
I've heard of those kind of places. Now, as tacky as some of those places could be, some of
very
them are
dated,
very nice.
Because your food is like included with your ticket purchase, as well as like a lot of other things, and so like the dinners were amazing. We had breakfast; it was amazing. Drinks were amazing.
So is there like a restaurant connected to the place?
Yep. Yeah, like a fancy pants romantic restaurant, and then they have like other stuff too, like a 24-hour arcade, like boating. You take golf carts out.
Oh, nice.
Archery. Hurt my wrist doing archery, but that was fun.
Oh, no. He didn't shoot you, did he?
No, it's holding the thing. I snapped a tendon in my hand last year. And so I don't have, it just gets like pinched and whatever. So that's all.
Gotcha.
Anna, that was in the Pocono Palace, Cove Haven Resorts. Super fun.
The Poconos. We've heard about the Poconos.
Apparently back in the day, the Poconos was the hot spot to like get married and have your honeymoon and stuff. Like from the 50s on, that makes sense. There's so many resorts up there.
There you go. Well, that's awesome. Glad you.
Thank you. Sorry to derail the show.
No.
Birthday queen.
It's all good. It is all good. So, yes, Mimi, we covered that. You got to hit the rewind button. The Wagga Wagga story. Wagga Wagga. All right. Impact Wrestling from tonight, hailing from Chi-Town. And if you look closely, you might have seen me there, along with a Justin and his wife Patsy and a Mr. Front Row Bill, as always. So, we start out with a great knockouts match here. Killer Kelly versus Masha Slamovich. Now, when I'll say tension, because we really didn't know what it was at first. We didn't know if this was like a challenge that Killer Kelly was throwing out, or if it was her wanting to form a team with Masha Slamovich. But now, obviously, we know it's the first of the two. They're having a match here. What'd you think of this, Alicia?
Well, they've been building up to this for a few weeks now, and I'm glad we're finally getting like the first of what I'm going to assume is somewhat of a rivalry that may turn into a team. Either way, you can't go wrong with this. There's such interesting characters in it. It'll be interesting to see because they're both the more violent of the knockouts. So It should be fun. I'm excited. This was a good match. Masha got the first win. So we'll see.
Yeah, she got a win here, but then also got choked out immediately following the pin because it was a reversal. I don't know how it's, because it was kind of a reverse roll up, I guess you could say it was.
Mm-hmm.
Masha got the win, excuse me. But then Killer Kelly choked her out immediately following. She didn't release the choke from her. So yeah, that was, and I gotta say, when it happened live, it was really confusing. Cause like if you blinked, you saw one person.
I missed the choke out, yeah.
Right. And because all of a sudden, like, the music played, it cut out, then they played the other music, the lights went red. It was like, wait a minute, what? Who won?
Yeah.
Who was left standing? It was Killer Kelly.
Yeah, and it makes you wonder, so is that going to be the little note that it's going to carry over?
Yeah.
They have unfinished business.
And granted, yes, this is all carrying over still from the pay-per-view from the Tommy Dreamer or Team Dreamer versus Team Bully.
Mm-hmm.
But that's quite the underlining part of this because neither are really on TV right now.
Right.
So, but yeah, who knows where this is going? I think the match was great.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta say, as far as visually, when I was there live, and the whole place is in this like blood red lighting. Oh my god, it's
sick. And not to take a line from Jessica,
but it gives it, like, I got goosebumps talking about it. It gives you chills when you're there because you're just kind of like looking around, like, and the red touches everything. It doesn't escape it. So everything's covered in this blood red lighting. And here she comes with Killer Kelly with that sick smile, the mouthpiece, she's chewing on the mouthpiece. And it's terrifying. It's absolutely terrifying. And I gotta say, as a fan, someone who loved Su Yung and thought that she, for the longest time, was like the most terrifying presence in Impact Wrestling. I tell you what, I'm starting to think Killer Kelly's taking that spot as far as knockouts goes, for me at least. What do you think?
Yeah, okay, I can see where you're coming from.
I think she's terrifying. It's
interesting because they're terrifying, but in completely different ways. Whereas Su Yung is a supernatural kind of entity, Killer Kelly is got like that serial, like a real life monster train of thought, which to me would be scarier.
Yeah.
Because it's someone that Killer Kelly's not someone you want to meet in a dark alley. You know what I mean? So,
right.
Su Yung either, I guess, in that sense, and no, but anybody from the undead realm. But Killer Kelly is just a more humanized form of what would be a monster, I guess, and that's why it's interesting that they have her going in this whatever with Masha right now, because Masha would fit into that category as well.
Yeah, they honestly are not too far away from, as far as like character wise. They're both badasses. Just one is maybe more cunning than the other in a way.
Maybe not that way. It's just different vibes. You know what I mean?
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Right, Oreo?
Masha's like a brawler. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she'll go. like.
Oh, yeah.
And not that Kelly won't either, but again, it just comes down to where Kelly's got more of like a horror monster kind of vibe, like when she was coming out in that Freddy Krueger gear. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And Masha's just like,
Masha's
she'll
just
fight you and your boyfriend.
She'll fight the whole room, and Killer Kelly will think about it for about 5 minutes while she's freaking you the hell out. Then she'll attack you.
She'll give you that stare, that dead smile stare she gives people from across the ring when she's crawling around.
Yeah, that's
mind games.
Yeah, so that's serious. Mind
she likes pain.
She loves it. All right, next we got Kenny KING King talking to Sheldon Jean in the locker room, and I'm liking this. I'm liking this a lot. I am impressed with Sheldon Jean so far, and we'll get into the match in a little bit that he has with Aldis, and the fact that Kenny King is kind of taking him under his wing.
The angle I think is good for Kenny. It's a fresh, slight reboot for him, putting him in more of a leader role in this sense. Or is he playing the game and using the young gun to kind of batter down the old veteran of Nick Aldis so he could get a jab at him? You know, well, what's going on here? Is it genuine? Or not?
I think there is. I think there is an ounce of genuine behind it, but it's obviously going to work out for Kenny King's, whatever he wants to do, which is not always good things. So yeah. He's gonna turn Sheldon Jean to the dark side. Is what he's gonna do.
Mm.
But I like this so far.
I think it's good. I think it's fresh. It's good.
And you see this a few times throughout the show. This isn't the first time. You see this later with Brian Myers, and we'll see it. We'll talk about that in a bit. Mm-hmm. You see it all throughout the show, and I'm really digging it. Next, we got Gia Miller backstage with Trinity.
I'm going to interrupt you really quick because there was something about this segment. So I don't know if you saw it, but on our end, watching it on YouTube, Trinity came out to the ring. Okay, there was a clip, her coming out to the ring and dancing around, and then it clipped right to the Gia and Trinity interview.
Oh, I think it was just showing like a clip of like what happened last week.
Okay.
I think that's what it was.
I don't know, because it was just, her coming out, just a brief couple second clip, and then it looked like it was going on in the show, and then boom, she disappeared.
Yeah, it was just showing part of the debut last week. I think that's all it was. But I hear you. Editing, but yeah, so she's in this interview with Gia Miller talking to Trinity, and in walks Jay Vidal to get a selfie. A selfie. Is that still a thing?
Yes, J-Bone.
I guess. I still take the occasional selfie.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he's like, oh, I'm such a fan. Get a selfie, and it was just really awkward, awkward. So, but
entitled fan behavior.
Yeah, rude.
Hey, rude. So everybody knows, just because they're your favorite doesn't mean you are entitled to interrupt their personal space, and you should always ask before you just help yourself to someone's personal boundaries.
Right. Yeah, don't be sly, don't be sneaky, don't be rude. Be kind, because
consent.
They're people too. Yeah. Exactly, consent. But yeah, just crazy selfie boy, We'll see where this is. I mean, if you know wrestling, you kind of know where this is going. you heard the news that I was talking about earlier that Trinity has an open contract.
Is it going to be Jay?
No. I think it's going to be someone associated with Jay.
Message me in the group chat. Because I don't like to guess. My curiosity is super piqued.
If you know who Jay runs with, you know.
Okay. I see what's going on here. It's a trap, Trinity. Run. It's a trap.
It's a trap.
It's a trap.
It's a trap. If you know Star Wars, you get it. It's a trap.
It's the only line I can quote.
It's a good one. It's a good one. Next we got Kenny King on commentary.
Yes.
Guy was sitting right in front of us.
You could just pat his back, right?
Yeah, well, you know, we try to behave ourselves, you know.
Yeah, don't touch people.
We also had Ingrid sitting right in front of us. We didn't want to get
she would have kept you right in check.
Right, she would have
Ingrid don't fuck around, giving you the eyes.
The old evil
I love Ingrid. Miss her.
Behave. We were well behaved. We had a lot of fun, but we didn't fuck around too much. So yes, out comes Kenny King. He's on commentary, and we get Nick Aldis's first match back in Impact Wrestling. That was pretty cool to witness that.
Not a bad tune-up match, if you ask me.
Yeah.
And this further pushes my idea that Kenny's just using this guy.
Yeah, it is. It's I think it's twofold, but yeah, I see both, absolutely. So
or maybe he'll be inspired halfway through and realize, no, this is a real brothership, and they'll become this mega team. I'm fantasy booking. See, I can do that too.
You talking about Sheldon, Jean, and Kenny King?
Yes.
Okay.
No, I'm talking about Nick Aldis.
Well, I just
and Kenny King. Well, maybe. Oh, geez.
There might be a polar stretch here. There might be which side is he going to go to? You know? See
the more Star Wars references.
It's something. No, not really. But
the Force or the dark side. What is the Nanu?
Kill your father. Wait, what? No.
Sci-fi wasn't really my thing.
So you had to grow up with it, though. It was really a wild time back then. It was like my dad took me to Empire Strikes Back, and when it came out, and I cried all the way home knowing what happened to Han Solo. And that was.
Oh, didn't they cliffhanger him stuck in the magnum or whatever? That
was my introduction to a Star Wars cliffhanger, and it messed me up bad as a kid. And then 40 years later, they kill him off in the last movie, which is like
it'd be your own family too. Imagine that.
Son of a, it's crazy. But back to Impact Wrestling now. All right, so Kenny King comes out to commentary. Nick Aldis comes out, and who is Nick Aldis facing but the young buck himself? Not really, but Sheldon Jean. I call them all young bucks, so don't overthink that. What'd you think of the Sheldon Jean Nick Aldis match?
I think he did a good showing against Mr. Nick Aldis. Of course, he got put down. It's kind of a little predictable in that sense because it's Nick Aldis, but he's TNI alumni, not TNI alumni, TNA Impact. You know what I'm trying to say? It's late, you guys. The T isn't working. But yeah, no, I thought he did a great showing against Nick, and looking forward to seeing more from this guy.
I am too. I think he's a great upstart. It's great
potential.
See this young talent that we've been seeing week after week, like Jason Hotch and Sheldon Jean and others. This is the next generation. So
took the words right out of my thought process, bro.
And we said that a handful of years ago with guys like Chris Bay and Ace Austin, and look at where they are now. So it's very exciting. I think you're putting these guys under the right learning tree. See what I did there? That can go a long way. So Nick Aldis does win over Sheldon Jean, but I'm glad this wasn't like a 1 minute squash. They actually had a nice little match.
Yeah, he gave him a chance to show his stuff.
Yeah. So, all right, next we got Henry and Joe Hendry in the back with Detective Dango. And they bring in see, we see the matches during these tapings, and we're like, okay, well, why is this match happening? Well, now we see why. So we have Swinger and Dice join them in front of the mystery board, with all the strings and the pictures, and and so Swinger's pretty upset, like, hey, why am I being brought into this? And of course he uses, references like Sheiky and stuff like that, which is absolutely nuts. So we end up with a Detective Dango versus Johnny Swinger match shortly. And and we have this awkward ending to the conversation of Dango asking Joe Hendry if he's going to come to his birthday party. And he's like, yeah, well, who's all going to be there? And he says, it's just going to be us, just us two at my birthday party. And that's just incredibly awkward right there. Joe's kind of like, yeah, I don't know,
Maybe.
I might have to wash my hair that day or something.
It's a hard maybe.
Yeah. And next we got Gia Miller with part 3 of the Kazarian interview, which I'm really digging this series. It's kind of like, hey, it keeps them on TV. It keeps them in front of the eyes of the fans. And plus, we're learning something too about them.
Yeah. And, for people who might not remember his run with TNA, it's refreshing a lot of people too. So I think it's good. It's interesting that they're going with this, and I'd like to see it from other wrestlers as well.
Yeah.
Because this has been successful to me.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of fun. In fact, I even got complimented on my Iron Maiden t-shirt when I met Kazarian.
Yeah, he likes his old bands.
Oh, yeah.
Big Metallica fan, that guy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Loves himself some heavy metal. So, yeah, and this part 3 was kind of about Kazarian wanting to become world champ again. And he had that opportunity before re-signing with Impact Wrestling. And Gia's like, well, I noticed that you're kind of doing this over here and this over here, and it doesn't seem like you're really focused on the title. And he said, well, it's like down the road. He's like, in the back of your mind, you're always focused on getting that title. So we'll see where this leads to. We'll see where
there's just some stops on the road.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You got to help others along the way. You try to, he's Kaz is a good guy. He's always fighting with the good guys. So we'll see. Then we got the next match is Decay, Crazy Steve and Taurus versus the Good Hands.
Yes.
Everyone's favorite tag team, John Skyler and Jason.
I have the Good Brothers written.
You wrote down the Good Brothers.
They gotta change this group name. I can't take it serious. I keep writing the Good Brothers. But it's good to see Decay again. I feel like it's been a while since we've seen the duo of Steve and Taurus together.
Yeah.
Right? So that was nice.
Yeah, and it was also it was Chicago loves them some Taurus.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they where Cicero Stadium is, that's a pretty ethnic neighborhood. So a lot of people come out to support the Lucha Libre wrestling, Laredo Kid and such. So yeah, they love themselves some Taurus. If you listen during the match, you can hear them loud and proud in the audience. Anna here in the chat says, I will meet Kaz Saturday at Chaotic Wrestling. Looks like I'm wearing my Sabbath shirts. You will definitely get a thumbs up from Kaz on that one. Have a great time, Anna. Have a great time. But man, I think this might be the first time the Good Hands get a win on TV. I'd have to double check, but they got a win here over Decay.
Yeah, they did.
And it's
the little help of a certain someone.
Yeah, a very professional. Maybe some may call him the most professional wrestler. They might end up underneath his learning tree. It's the only Brian Myers.
Which may or may not be causing some beef with his current tag partner.
Oh, yeah. We'll get into that. Then that was unexpected.
It's an interesting call. And so, as per usual, we will just have to see where this is going, because I didn't expect it.
Yeah.
But it's good. Like, I will say with this team, the Good Hands... They gotta change that. It's bad.
Not the good bros.
They're talented, and I feel like it's time. They've been around enough that they're finally kind of getting their own storyline where it's just them against another, or whatever they're doing with this. But I think it's time that they're kind of getting their little limelight here. They paid their dues.
Oh yeah, and it's just all about experience.
Yeah.
And Jason Hotch is getting a great dose of experience.
Seeing him weekly, yeah.
He's as far as improving, I'd say he's definitely improving. I'm really excited about the future of Jason Hotch. I look at him and I see like a young, almost like a young Seth Rollins or CM Punk type guy, So.
No.
But
I will take your word for it.
Okay. All right. It's just
you would be in this case. You would be more perceptive than I would be.
Probably not the best.
You're fine.
That's all you're getting right now out of me.
It's late.
That's as good as it's gonna get. Next we got Maclin talking to one of your favorites, maybe not mine, but I know one of your favorites, Mr.
It's Champagne and Caviar.
Champagne and Caviar, yeah.
Champagne and Caviar.
But it doesn't look like Maclin is really a fan of Champagne and Caviar here.
Well, you want a good job done, you're just going to have to do it yourself, huh?
Something. No more. See, this is why we can't have nice things.
Well, this segment got a little confusing for me because I did look away at the wrong time, and when I looked back up, Maclin vanished and Heath was getting beaten in his place. I thought they were beating up Maclin. Is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, that's kind of funny.
I looked away at the wrong time, and then I'm like, wait, what happened that they turned on him? Did he talk down to him too much? Like, what happened? What could have possibly broken up the team? Nothing happened. It wasn't even Maclin.
Yeah, that is funny though. So I'm guessing there was on AXS TV there was an actual commercial break between those two segments, is what you were supposed to see.
Okay.
But the next segment is Shira and Singh attacking Heath because they're trying to get back in the good graces of Maclin. Like, okay, how can we help this situation? He's facing Rhino. He's not happy about facing Rhino. What can we do?
Well, I gotta defend my championship. I gotta defend my championship. I don't know. Okay, so how did Heath end up there? Connect the bridge for me, please.
Well, they're at the end of Maclin saying goodbye to Singh and Shira, like, hey, this is over. This is done. It's kaput. Singh is like, just hang on, Shira. I'll think of something. We'll fix this. We'll fix this. So in trying, like I said, trying to get back into the good graces of Maclin, they're like, okay, we'll attack Heath, showing Maclin that we're still worth something to him, and that'll get into the head of Rhino, mess him up, which is honestly the biggest mistake you could possibly make, is to make a Rhino angry. If you've watched enough National Geographic specials, we all know, don't piss off a Rhino. Wow, I really dated myself there. Or just confuse the hell out of the audience. One of the two.
I think they all know you're old. I think the jig is up, buddy.
I think so.
It's okay.
All right. So next we've got the Impact title on the line. Rhino's all fired up. He wants to go after Singh and Shira. The refs are telling him, no, you got your match right now. When? Right now. When? Right now. Oh, damn it. So no, he runs down to the ring. He's pissed off, all fired up, and out comes Maclin. Doesn't know why Rhino's all mad, and he's like, well, shit. Thanks a lot, guys. What'd you think of Rhino versus Maclin?
Ooh, I'm drawing a blank. I thought, again, this is a little bit of a predictable match.
Yeah.
So, but anytime you get Rhino in the ring, I always enjoy it. Again, he's one of the ECW alumni that I have been a fan of since those days, and I am just happy that he's still around, still kicking it, and I enjoyed this matchup of him and Maclin. This is a pairing that I didn't think I would actually see. And it wasn't on my bingo card, is what I'm trying to say. And I enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. And Maclin keeps proving why he is the champion of the company, the head cheese.
Oh, yeah.
The grand poobah of Impact Wrestling.
Exactly. No matter how predictable of a match you thought this was, I
wasn't.
I thoroughly enjoyed it too, because I love Rhino. I'm on Team Maclin. And they also threw in a clip showing some history behind Rhino's time in Impact Wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Former world champion. A lot of people forget that.
Yeah.
And other accomplishments to boot. And one thing I noticed during that clip is the voiceover during that clip is the same one that does the honest trailers on YouTube. He sounds like this. It's very exaggerated. It's the same guy.
It's the movie voice.
It's
It's the movie voice. That's what it is.
Rhino. 28 years in the industry. I was like, oh my God, it's him. That's awesome. I popped for that. I'm sorry. I love those. They crack me up.
That is fun. I am happy though that Maclin proved that he could fight a Rhino with his bare hands.
Yeah, it's something to brag about. And he beat him with his own finisher. He gored. Right.
What? Nobody makes me bleed my own blood. What's going on here?
Right. Nobody makes me bleed my own blood. But it doesn't end there. And I'll tell you what, being there, I know I'm kind of sound like I'm repeating myself here, but the live experience, really, like, the cameras were right on Rhino following the match as Maclin, just pounced on him with chairs, hitting him over and over again, put the chair around, wrapped it around his leg, hitting him over and over again with a hammer. Now this is all happening right in front of Bill. So I wish Bill was here that we can get his response to all this, because this is happening literally the inches away from him. It's on the other side of the ring from me, and all Justin and Patsy and I see, we don't even see Rhino on the ground. All we see is Maclin swinging the shovel. He's doing this with the shovel. So it looks like a horror movie happening. All we hear is the bang of him hitting the chair, and people are just losing their minds. And that was like, as much as we know that, no one's dying on the other side of the ring, the visual and audibly, it was absolutely terrifying. It was crazy. Mayor's corrected me. What did I say? He's saying shovel, J-Bone. What did I say?
Maclin ought to be careful, though, because he could be overexerting himself.
Yeah, I mean, he's trying to, prove himself being king of the mountain, but it's like.
But when you think about it, he himself is not proving it, because he's suddenly got lackeys, and then he's attacking his opponents that he already beat. You know what I mean? Like, clean in the ring, and so it's like it's an interesting form of storytelling where it's like you're seeing the anti-hero. It's like the villain arc of the story. You know what I mean? The Joker arc.
I said hammer. Apparently I said hammer.
I mean, that's okay.
If I had
why you always you gotta stop. Yafidi, you gotta stop always putting in these corrections. You're just in here in the comments.
It's okay. It's all good.
Telling everybody how to live their lives.
Leave this old bone alone. No, he was hitting him over and over again with a shovel, not a hammer. Yeah. Hammer time. No. So then Maclin's attacking Rhino. Rhino gets put on a gurney. He's taken out to the ambulance. President Demore is out there giving him, a little pep talk as he's being put into the ambulance. Like, hey, stay strong. You're going to be okay. Here comes Maclin again. He's just unstoppable at this point. What are they going to do with this guy? And all of a sudden the door busts open and PCO jumps out of the ambulance on top of Maclin, attacking him. Maclin!
I forget what commentator said it, but they made the statement is that PCO protected Rhino, and I thought that was stated so interestingly. Is that is he the good monster now?
He is, because Maclin was just going to go in the ambulance and probably run it off a cliff. That's how Maclin is.
Yeah, which would have hurt him too. Reckless. He's becoming reckless in his quest to hold on to the power.
David Penzer is in the chat here.
Oh, hey.
Where's our picture as World Tag Champs? You know what? If you give me a second, I'll find it. Because that is a great picture. That is absolutely. Was that at the end of? Was that at the end of night 1 or night 2? I think it was night. There it is. There it is. All right, here we go. Take this down. Present. A little share screen of Rooney here. There we go.
Aw.
Here's the tag champs. So the tag champs, front row Bill, J-Bone, manager, Trent, and a run-in from David Penzer himself. We're like,
in the most chill, laid back, most comfortable looking outfit I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was great. This you could tell this was post show. So yeah,
that's fun. That's such a nice picture, guys.
He's probably the fastest guy to get out of a tux. There's probably a world record behind that or something. But
what a good egg that Penzer is.
We love Penzer. Yeah, it was great meeting him. It was great talking to him, and it was so like random. It's like I was causing all sorts of trouble. I pulled Trent out of a conversation with Johnny Bravo at ringside as this is all happening. I'm like, okay, we're the tag champs. Bill goes, well, we need a manager. And I'm like, Trent, get your ass over here. And all of a sudden, so we're getting lined up here. Hi, Oreo. Yes, I'm telling a story. It's story time with J-Bone. Settle down. And then all of a sudden, there's a David Penzer, like, hey, like Fonzie standing in front of us. And I'm like, hey, whatever. Pose.
That's great.
Oh, it was great. Yeah, we love it. We love it. So, love David. What? What? Oh, he's just causing all sorts of trouble in the chat. All right. Next, getting back on track here. So yeah. Okay, so then it was right after that. Then it was declared that the match between PCO and almost said Rhino, PCO and Maclin for the Impact World Title would be no DQ. I believe that's what they said. Just because there was no way of controlling these guys. Hendry is out there next, and he introduces Dirty Detective Dango. And we get Dirty Dango versus
I love that.
We get Dango versus Swinger. Hi.
Dirty Dave.
Yeah. And so yeah, like I said, when we were sitting there live and we were watching this happen, we're like, it's like, why is this match happening? Oh, okay. And then we get the backstory. You're watching the episode, you get the stuff happening backstage. We understand now, but yeah, it's just goofy. And I gotta say, I think Dirty Dango's entrance music is my new favorite entrance music. It's wild.
I just like him. He's fun.
He is. He's a blast. Very nice guy, too. Very nice guy. And he's also great with the kids that I saw there. Getting pictures taken with and stuff. Very cool.
Aww.
Yeah. Good guy, Dango. Look, he's not just a hard, justice serving detective. He really is a good guy. What do you think of Dango versus Swinger?
I actually missed this match. I hate to say it.
Oh,
but I'm sure it was hilarious.
It was match of the night. No, you didn't miss too much.
Yo, stop it. You're generous.
No, he took care of Swinger with like one offensive move. It was crazy. Next, we got Diener backstage, and he reveals his army. Is his army of yellow sweatshirt wearing dudes, and then all of a sudden some of the dudes reveal themselves, and and it's Swan and Callahan, and they chase off everyone. It's like, God, this army
They're a
is
team now.
Yeah. But I feel like they need more people on their team. So,
Well, this is just the start. Maybe they'll find someone.
yeah, maybe they'll recruit some of the other yellow hoodie wearing dudes. Something, I don't know. We'll see. Let's see. Then we get the note that Speedball Mike Bailey is off to Japan.
Yes.
They're wishing him luck as he begins the best of the Super Juniors, I believe it is, and I'm sure they'll be given some weekly updates on that. Can't wait for that. Of course, they do something like this, and I had to get rid of my subscription to New Japan Pro Wrestling.
What are you gonna say? Where is he? You hear him, right?
I heard him. I think he's trying to talk to.
He's like really stoked about Speedball going to Japan. Like he's thrilled.
That's
aren't we all though? Dude deserves it.
Oh, totally does. He's having like a gangbuster diamond rookie year in Impact Wrestling, like better than any rookie has had in the last decade, I'd say, at least. David's got a question for you.
Yes.
Says, who is Alicia dressed as, Katy Perry or Princess Leia?
I'm dressed as an elderly woman with light sensitivity because my allergies are really bad. That's what I'm dressed as. Is that a favorable response?
I don't think I could have come up with a better one. That's fine.
See, the thing is if I let it go too long, I'll get a full-blown migraine, and we don't want that.
No, because then she'll, like, stab her camera with a cat or something. I don't know.
That's interesting. It's an interesting assumption of what I would do, seeing as I've never done that before.
We don't want to make Alicia angry. We don't want to see her with a full-grown migraine. I'm sorry. I watched all the Hulk movies the other night, and
is that what migraines do? Is turn people into rage demons? Hulk smash.
Podcast smash.
No.
All right. So yeah, good luck to Speedball Mike Bailey in Japan. Can't wait to see the highlights. Next we got Moose backstage. Not digging. Now this goes back to the reference that you gave earlier that Moose is not digging what Brian Myers is doing with the good hands.
Who's your new friend? Jealous bestie much? I mean, okay, let's be for realsies here, okay? It's not like Moose and Myers have like a very sturdy foundation. They just had somewhat of a agreement.
Yeah.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend train of thought. But now it seems like four's a crowd. Two's company, four is a crowd. Yeah, that's the saying.
Well,
that's the ticket.
Moose is complaining to Brian about
thanks for stopping by.
Palling up with the good hands and trying to take them under his wing. And Brian gave it right back to Moose. Love you, Penzer. We'll see you. Take care. Brian gives it right back to Moose, and he's like, oh, well, look who's in the number one contenders match. That doesn't seem like a very tag team thing to do, is it? And Moose was like, you just better, kind of shakes his finger at him. So, yeah.
I love you, Anna.
What? Moose and Myers weren't monogamous? What?
Little poly. Well, Moose was monogamous. Myers is a little poly.
Well, you say Moose is going to go mess around with a 6-way. I don't know how monogamous that is.
Why are we talking like this?
I don't know.
I know. But I just thought that was really funny what Anna said.
That is.
If that was enough to throw the train off the rails.
You gotta like throw a whole different soundtrack behind this now.
If I could access the sound, if I knew how to do that, you would be getting a whole lot of I was gonna say cucumbers, but it's eggplants.
It's here we go. Hang on.
Oh no, not for real, Courtney. We're just joking.
Here we go. Here's some music.
To play on being unfaithful tag team partners.
Hang on. We'll find something.
What?
Just wait. Here we go. Moose comes backstage.
This is too much step.
He's all upset. He says to Myers, "Hey, what are you doing with these two guys over here?" No,
stop.
Don't stop right there. Okay, we'll stop.
Yeah, that's cut it out, buddy. Like that got real weird. I'm not sure you're going off your own rails with that segment. We have to remember that we might be making people uncomfortable, especially the people we cover on the show. You got can you imagine Moose tuned in because he sometimes pops in to listen to a segment, and you're doing that?
He'll probably kill me the next time he sees me. Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Mary and Joseph.
J-Bone went down to Chicago to see the next tapings of Impact Wrestling, and he didn't come back.
What is the show? I don't understand.
What is happening?
Plummet Club.
Plummet Club. Seriously. All right, but before we get into the main event, there is something that I do have to share here, and I got to see if I can find this. I know, and everyone's like, "Oh Jesus!"
What is this surprise you're about to lay on us again? You're going.
It's not as bad as what I just did with the whole music stuff. It's no, it's not as bad as that. No, no. This is as a matter of fact. This is what Trent shared with us the other day. So, okay, here we go. We're going to do a little share screen-a-rooney. I know Alicia's like terrified. Ladies and gentlemen, this is week 1. Live in Chicago. Not live, but you know what I mean. So now we're going to, this is part 2. We're actually in the restaurant. We're going into the restaurant. Now we're in the restaurant and we're sitting down and we're starting to eat, and we'll just and let me know if you can hear the audio okay along with this. All right, here we go.
All right, so there's looks like I got 3 of them. There's the quesadillas.
Oh, that looks good.
Quesadillas,
yeah, you definitely pronounce the L's for sure.
Yeah, well, there's 2 of them.
Yeah, well, that's L's are plural. Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
and that makes sense. It's plural. There's 3 of these, right?
Well, so what's in them, Jay? I mean, can you break down what's in them?
Yeah, hang on.
The Spanish ingredients, please.
Well, this cheese.
Jeez. All right. What's the Spanish word for it? You want to?
Burrito?
Thank you for your.
That's huge.
That's a burrito.
I'm a little jealous.
Right?
A little
All right, so
jealous.
anyway, what kind of cheese you got in there, Jay?
It's looks like it's stringy. I don't think it's mozzarella though.
It's the mozzarella. Yeah, definitely mozzarella.
Yeah.
It's like a pizza. It's like a pizza, like a Mexican pizza. You know who has Mexican pizza is Taco Bell. Would you say it's similar to that?
I had one last night. No, this looks nothing like that. No, this actually looks a lot better. I even got a side salad. How exciting is that?
A salad. You got a salad.
I'm eating healthy. And there's some stuff in the rice here. I'm not sure.
Jake,
I got cheese on the beans though. Look at this.
Jake, have you you ever been to Mexico, Jalen?
I was
You have been to Mexico?
back in high school. Yeah.
This makes the story even better than even if you've been to Mexico.
I used to, and I like the teacher hated me because I'd be like, "Hey, let's go."
No kidding.
Hey, let's go over here, and they'd be like, "Oh, dear God." Do we know what's going down? What do we know? Do we know what's over here? No. Let's hold hands and go down here.
Buddy system.
Ears pierced in Mexico. Teacher said no.
All right, we really don't need here now. We're gonna continue this later.
I got a tomato.
All right, that's enough. Just eat your goddamn food.
Part 2 of J-Mo does the Mexican restaurant in Chicago.
Part 2 of Trent taking a senile peepaw to the Mexican restaurant.
Yes. So, yeah,
I kid.
That's actually the restaurant where we went last time. The infamous story that Trent told all about me, that loving story about me in the restaurant and how much I struggled with the menu. That was I did much better this time. I did much better. I just pointed to the picture and said this. All right. Main event time. Knockouts titles on the line. KiLynn King, Taylor Wilde defending the Knockouts tag titles against Deonna Purrazzo, Jordynne. What do you think?
I'm still getting used to Jordynne and Deonna as a team. It's very interesting. I think it's smart. But how solid are they? Oh yes, great.
Skull is there, just witnessing it all.
And especially against such a well-polished team as the Coven, who I'm a really big fan of, and who also took the win for tonight. How are things going to pan out? Especially because was it last week that Jordynne and Deonna came out and confronted Trinity?
Yes.
So look at the eyebrows. You see how wide they are? That's some side eye.
Oh yeah. The match was good. It's interesting having Trinity involved in this. In fact, Trinity comes in at the end when there's more shenanigans post match after KiLynn King and Taylor Wilde, the Coven, defend their tag titles successfully. Look, I'm on a roll of like pronouncing this properly. It's almost like me accomplishing something down in, that restaurant in Chicago, only different. Not really.
No.
Not really.
Take that up with your toilet.
Yep. What?
What?
Dear God. So Trinity helps out Jordynne Grace. Jordynne Grace does seem appreciative of the camaraderie here, helping a sister out. So,
yeah.
But yeah, this is certainly going to lead to more. And it's, the Deonna and Jordynne, they work pretty good together. They don't have the chemistry of the Coven, I don't think.
They work good together. I'm not against this team, but when you also throw them into the championship type, like where, things get a little muddied.
Oh, yeah. Because
there's no friends in wrestling.
Right. You're trying to help your partner in the match, but it's twofold. You're trying to win the match, but you're also trying to help your partner because you want to have a good match with them down the road whenever that match takes place. Mm-hmm. So you're keeping an eye on them. So there's a lot of different things happening here.
And Jordynne has made interesting comments about that belt. So
yeah, she's coming hard after Deonna's title. So yeah. And now Trinity's involved in this, and yes, thank you, Mary, for the reminder. Yes, Trinity hitting the rear view. I believe it was on one KiLynn King. Mm-hmm. That was a highlight of the night there. Absolutely. What did you think of Trinity's in-ring gear?
I love the whole neon thing, but it was hard to focus on her because I got a little dizzy. Once they kick that black light on, like especially, it's like one of those posters that like move even though it's not doing anything. It's just an optical illusion. That's what that outfit felt like, and hurt my eyes a little bit, but it's okay because she's still super cool.
Oh yeah. Yeah, she wears some pretty rad stuff, and that's not the last time we're going to see that little preview of coming attractions there. So, there's given KiLynn King that rear view. I think we're going to see some more where that came from sooner rather than later.
Wouldn't you like that?
So. But yeah, that does it for this episode of Impact Wrestling. Any final notes, Alicia?
Overall, I think this is a good episode. It's that come down and figuring out period after kind of like big events, big pay-per-views and stuff like that. So as Impact often does, it's just good build-up, period, and great show.
Yeah, and one thing I just want to redirect on is the fact that we're seeing, even as predictable as some of the matches were, we're seeing a lot of cases of an older generation of wrestling working with a younger generation of wrestling, whether it was Rhino versus Maclin, whether it was Aldis versus Sheldon Jean, or Brian Myers taking the good hands under his wing. A lot of great examples in this episode. And I think it's a trend that's happening in Impact Wrestling, and I think it's a great trend. And it's something that I wish you'd see more of in other brands of wrestling. And that's not necessarily camaraderie. It's educating the future generations of professional wrestlers, So there you go. It's great to see it, no matter whether you're booing them or loving them. It's all gravy. It's all helping the future. So it's great to see. So
yes.
Hope to see more of that. But yeah, thanks for joining us. And on your way out, you folks know what to do. Make sure that you smash that like button, smash that sub button, ring that bell for notifications. Why? So that you know when more of our product hits your screen. Good night, folks. Take care. Have a lovely weekend coming up.
Bye.